Yo. Can you hear me out there? Yo. Why I can't hear myself? Why I cannot hear myself? I can't hear myself at all. Let me take this out. Let me see now. The volume up. The volume up. All right, I think I can hear myself, man. I think I can hear myself. Let's see here. And what is this not? Hey, y'all know it's been a while, Shawty. Y'all know it's been a while, so y'all got to bear with me. Y'all gonna have to bear with me right now. Let me get all this stuff up the back. Now I'll get to the comments. Yo, let me know. Let me know if you can hear me, bro. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, man. Let it be known, shawty. Somebody, somebody let me know if you can hear me. Okay. That's what's up. All right, shout out to Lewis in the building. Shout out to Dee. Shout out to Golden Heart. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to the usual suspects, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a while. This is finna be I'm coming back live and direct. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be every Sunday. It's gonna be either every Sunday or every Saturday. We're gonna get this thing pumping. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna Okay, let me turn that down. Oh, can't hear that. So we're gonna get it started like this. Let me turn down the mic. I'll turn up. Let's see. Oh, now I can hear myself. Now I can hear myself shouting. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the name on the front. It's Olga Adogu Pereira in the motherfucking building shouting. Now look, I don't know how long this show is gonna go, but it's gonna go. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff we're gonna discuss. So I'm gonna drop the link in the chat earlier. We could come on here. It's really open mic. You get what I'm saying? It's really open mic, but it's really open mic. But anything you want to discuss, we can discuss. But we're gonna do like a year in. I'm gonna do it like a year in review just to get it pumping. Man, I didn't even put my avatar up to I didn't get I didn't get my avatar up in time, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to finagle this thing, you know what I'm saying, to get it up and going. But it's a what I've been seeing is a lack of representation on in these YouTube streets, shawty. Straight up. And always first in the back, we got motherfucking Peaches, aka the motherfucking Yapper, in the building as always, ready, ready at all times. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to the sensual, the seductive, the all natural, the so thick and so fine Miss Gail at night is clearly in the building. And I hope, my dear, I hope I represented you in the most thicklicious Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, down south way that I possibly can. Y'all make sure y'all support Gail at Night and go to her channel, man, and subscribe, shorty. You know, make sure y'all do that for our people. At the end of the day, we got to represent our people, whether we like them or dislike them, whether we agree with everything we say. If they're not harmful to the community, if they're not putting the community down, you get what I'm saying? If they're not putting the community down and they're on their wavelength, man, we got to always support. And on these YouTube streets, the algorithm is king. The algorithm is king. So make sure y'all go over there and shout out to Gail at night. Hey, my boy Joseph said that I'm sounding like Brother Umar. Hey, listen, I don't sound like Brother Umar with the representation of black women, but ain't no motherfucking silk at all. You get what I'm saying? Where men are accountable, they are accountable. Where women are accountable, they are accountable. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It definitely ain't gonna say it 3 times. You know what I'm saying? He taking it to another level. And I'm gonna tell y'all this off the rip. I don't believe in that telling black people what they want to hear to try to get some money out of them. You get what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, we don't been through so much as black people. It's no way that you can promise black people anything and don't deliver. I don't agree with that at all. Far as I'm concerned, Umar Johnson can eat sweaty monkey balls, swimming and swinging from trees in the motherfucking Serengeti over there from Tanzania to motherfucking Kenya. He's a real fuck nigga. And that's for real. He a fuck nigga, Tariq Nasheed a fuck nigga. But at the end of the day, Tariq didn't trick nobody. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he promised them a big ass building. He did promise them a big ass building, but at the end of the day, the people gave to his movement. You get what I'm saying? They gave to his movement based on him just coming on mic, cracking jokes, talking about Africans. The people that support Tariq support separation. Right? They support separation as far as black people want to be the favorite black folks under white supremacy. Under white folks. We ain't got to call it supremacy. Want to be the favorite white people. We at the bottom and we want the bottom all to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to share with these West Africans. We ain't trying to share with these East Africans. Even though white people ain't finna give us shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the ADOS and the FBA movement is. And the red, black, and green, that's a real movement. But man, Dr. Umar, man, he just, I just can't believe he played himself like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit up and talk about how much you love black women and your daughter out here wilding in the streets. Your daughter out here, your daughter's crying out. You get what I'm saying? Your daughter is crying out, calling you out. My daughter would never embarrass me like that. She would never, even if my daughter did not like me, she ain't gonna embarrass me out there like that because that I demand respect. And I've been there for her whole life. My daughter just left. My daughter just left here an hour ago, just made me a nice salad, you know what I'm saying, before she left after she jugged me and, you know what I'm saying, strong-armed me for some money. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even do nothing but open up the wallet. And then gave her the card to go up to the Kroger so she could fill up a gas tank. But let me turn this AC off. Let me turn this AC off, y'all. Let me turn it off. But at the end of the day, Umar Johnson didn't do black people no favor. He made us, if anything, Dr. Umar Johnson made us look like goddamn Hush Puppy over there in Nigeria. Now, people say Hush Puppy made a lot of money, but Hush Puppy in motherfucking federal prison. You get what I'm saying? So it don't matter how much money you take. I don't know what's gonna happen to Umar Johnson. It just looked like he's just gonna go out just like the rest of the grifters. The same way with Black Lives Matter. The same way with the Rainbow Coalition, Operation Push, Operation Dish, with all these black organizations that doesn't do anything, that want to play us as perpetual victim. We need food stamps. We need welfare. We need, you know what I'm saying? Like all this crazy shit that to make us look weak. Like we talk strong, but we play victim. You get what I'm saying? We talk strong, but play victim. No, he ain't enjoying none of that money. He had to give everything back just to. Let me explain to y'all the hush puppy case, because I don't been in the federal system, so I know how to read paperwork. Before you take that plea deal, they want every bit of money. Excuse me. They want all your contacts. You're going to have to sign a paper that even though you're done with that case, is that if you do anything like this or affiliated with anything like this again, they will bring back charges on you. Bring forth the evidence. Now, you know how sometimes when you commit a crime, they can't put your other evidence in to, you know, for as a aggravation. Shout out to Lewis in the building. Hey man, hold on. Let me put a point in this. Let me put a point in this this hush puppy thing. I'm gonna come back to this. Shout out to Lewis. Let me tell you something, Lewis. Let me tell you something, Shawty. Dynas, Brandon, Carla Thanos is all my homeboys. But I do not agree with them blocking you, bro. I do not agree with that whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say that right there, and I'll stand on that. You get what I'm saying? Let everybody speak their piece. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. I don't show no favor, bro. I am a fair guy. Even I got my homeboy Kunguru up in the building. Shout out to Kunguru doing this thing. Even if I don't like what you say, I'm still gonna come at you like a brother and be like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let's be respectable, whatever. I'm not gonna block you or dismiss what you got to say. But at the end of the day, I believe in brothers. We talking to each other, we listening to each other, and we respecting each other. You get what I'm saying? That's what I believe in. You know what I'm saying? And Collar is my dog. And I told him that I was against that blocking you. You know what I'm saying? But that was his show, and that's how he got down. So I can't do nothing but respect it. But over here, everybody's voice is to be heard. As long as you show respect, we can interrupt each other. We can interject each other. But long as after we make our point, we give the mic back. That's the only thing that I say. As long as if you got something to say, go ahead and get it out. But don't goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Don't take the mic and run with the mic. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you got something to say and it might match the point to what I'm saying. You know, and that's how I feel about that. But I had to be on the forefront on that off the rip. Shout out to Golden Heart in the building. Food stamps and Medicaid. You know what I'm saying? Food stamps and Medicaid should be given for all black people in America because they still owe us reparations. Now, you know what? Let me tell you something. I will go for what Golden Heart just said. And I'm going to tell y'all something. I never even thought about what Golden Heart just said. The reason why I will go for what she just said, because the way I was looking at it and the way that I've been looking at it was based off of qualifying for the way that we have to qualify for Medicaid and food stamps. But if you take off the qualification and say all black people get it, to where even if you have private insurance, that having that Medicaid will be there, I go for that. Regardless if you want to use your own job insurance, you know what I'm saying? I think black people should get at least Medicaid, and $200 worth of food stamps. Shout out to Aubrey in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my sister Aubrey, all the queens in the building. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I agree with that, the reason why this right here makes more sense than giving black people reparations as a whole, because it's sensible. This right here is sensible, shawty, because you can't give away $39 trillion because the inflation is just going to go up. See, when I hear ADOS, when I hear FBA, when I hear them talk about reparations, they don't never talk about the inflation. They don't never talk about the money. All they say is the government got it. They got it. Yeah, they got it. And they got motherfucking F-16s, and they got motherfucking goddamn hit squads. They got goddamn the D-12 killer squad. They got 23 nuclear subs. They got 16 aircraft carriers. They got Titan nuclear missiles. You get what I'm saying? They ain't going for that fuck shit. America has saw what's been going on in history. They saw how all these other nations failed. They saw how Egypt failed. They saw how Rome failed. They saw how some of the other dynasties failed. They saw how, back in the day, goddamn Spain and some of the places was powerhouses. They saw how all of them fail, and the way that all of them fail was that some type of way the people take over. America is never going to let the people destroy the system. You got the best aircraft carriers. You got the best technology. You got the best warships. You got the best spaceships. You got the richest man in the world putting up satellites, using his own money to put stuff in the atmosphere. America's not going for that, man. So at the end of the day, something like this is doable if they want to put up a package. But the problem is these dumbass, bum ass, fuck niggas, hood niggas, jail street niggas that want some type of monetary fund, as if put some money in their hands. You cannot go to the federal government talking like a motherfucking drug dealer. You cannot go in that place talking like a motherfucking pimp. You can't go in there talking that J.G. Whitworth, it's my money and I want it now. We owe this and we... Listen, you do not have to tell a snake that it's a snake. They know that they owe you. They know that they owe us. But when we put them in a position to where they just laugh at you and tell you no, then that right there just show them how stupid we are. Man, we want 150,000 a piece. We want 250,000 a piece. That ain't happening, bro. Because if they gave black people $39 trillion, a bottle of water be $269.23 in Georgia. It'll be $384 in California. You get what I'm saying? Like, we got to be smart about that. That's why, I was stuck on this, and I'm sorry, y'all, I was stuck on this for so long that I just never thought about this proposal. This proposal makes the most sense out of everything. You know what I'm saying? The houses would go up 60%. Everything would, if they gave away $39 trillion, inflation would rise. It's at 3% now. It would rise up to 60%. And if black people, we already don't own shit, then everything else is going to go up. We're not doing like the people do in Africa, West Africa, where, you know what I'm saying, they got 12 months to pay for a house. We're not living like that. We're not living that at all. But at the end of the day, the name of the show is and it begins again right now. We got a whole year review. We go from the elections. We go from, you know, the change in the direction of Pan-African, being a Pan-African, Pan-Africanist. We're going to go from the way that how it gets from going to West Africa, romanticizing West Africa. I'm telling y'all, you get what I'm saying? The only thing I got for y'all as far as that is, you know, I can give y'all pinpoints to where to go. But romanticizing, nah. I'm telling y'all, please stop romanticizing, thinking that these people in West Africa is dying for you to help. Yeah, they'll take your money, but they're not dying for you to help. You know, we need black people, we need to get that out of our minds totally. They don't need saving. You get what I'm saying? They just want you to come over there and drop some. If you're not coming over in West Africa with an organization or with a military or a state ran operation behind you, the only thing you can do is go over there and drop them some bread. That's it. You get what I'm saying? They're doing now where in Nigeria, where they're going to implement them taking up Chinese as a curriculum. How can they do that? The only way that they can do that is because what the Chinese people are doing over there. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing nothing at all but sitting up here talking about a connection. Do y'all understand that? So once y'all understand that we're just talking about a connection, it's nothing that we can offer Africa. You know what I'm saying? Unless we're going to offer, you know, numbers. Okay, let me turn that down. You know, numbers. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn that down for a second. We got to offer numbers. Now, I appreciate everybody that's coming through tonight. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and drop this link in here for the people that want to come up. Let me make this whole stream. All right, let me drop the link. Man, am I breathing hard in the mic, man? If anybody hear me breathing hard like I'm a motherfucking grizzly bear, don't hibernate it for goddamn 6 months in the Alaskan Alps. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know. Let me know, Shawty. Let me drop the link though. Not leave the studio. All right, copy. Bam. Let me drop it in the StreamYard. Paste. All right, let me see if that's click onable. You know what I'm saying? I'm making up a new. Oh, it's in there. Anybody can come up. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can come up. Anybody can talk. You know what I'm saying? We can bring up whatever at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's really an open mic show. I ain't been doing it. I ain't gonna try to stuff everything in here. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's a year in review. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to tell you, Pan-Africanism is dead. It is straight up dead. Don't let it. Don't be confused to think that Pan-African is reciprocal. It is a one-way. It's a one-way street. As long as you know it's a one-way street, you're gonna be fine. The Pan-Africanism is going to be you putting in more energy to Africa than Africa was going to put into you. As far as the people go, because the people just struggling to survive. They're really in West Africa living hands to mouth for the most part. That's what Carla always say. They live in hands to mouth. And then it get worse when you go from Nigeria and start traveling down. Ghana got its hype. You know what I'm saying? Ghana got its hype. But once you get from Nigeria to Cameroon, you start going down. Then you get to Togo, you're going down. Then you get to Ghana, you go up some. And then once you get to Sierra Leone and Liberia, it's just going down until you get to fucking South Africa. And why is South Africa popping? Let's be honest, y'all. It's because white people over there running the motherfucking show. They believe in separation, and I do too, shawty. We got to separate. We got to separate because they goods and service ain't doing nothing but got us acting like some dumb monkeys and got these chicks acting like some wig weave wearing wild hair hood rat. Y'all see them motherfucking bust down 26-inch yakkies up there the front. That's coming from an African shop. Fruity color extension, shawty. That's what's popping. Listen, don't get me wrong. East Africa, they're more calm with it. They're more calm with their transforming or coming together with the black mind. Do you get what I'm saying? So, listen. Miss Shalom, everything that I'm saying now is the truth, and you know it's the truth. So shout out to Miss Shalom. She's from Nigeria. You get what I'm saying? So she definitely know what I'm talking about. But she's one of them people that she loves her country. Just like we got Lewis from Ghana. You know what I'm saying? If it's certain things about Ghana that I will accept, but it's certain things too, because I think that with the rush and the rush of us as Black Americans coming on, people around the world, it's good for those people that's in business, but it's raising up the price. It's raising up the motherfucking price for the local people. You got the average monthly salary of Nigerians is 60,000 naira. That is 40 US dollars, shawty. 40 fucking dollars is the average salary in Nigeria, and that's if they pay you on time monthly. You still got to get transport. You got to get transport to and from work. And that ranged between 500 and 1,000 naira. See what she's saying? Do y'all see what Miss Shalom is saying? She said that it was sad in the beginning. But now she's saying it's true. Let me tell y'all something. Hustle smart, I know sometimes I can be raw and cutthroat, shawty. I know this. But at the end of the day, I always tell y'all the truth. I give y'all niggas the truth. Shout out to Dark Migo in the building. I give y'all the truth because that's the only thing that helped me in my life. Nobody patronizing me. Nobody telling me what I need to hear. You know what I'm saying? What I want to hear. Tell me what I need to hear. Tell me how I can correct myself. Tell me how I can go another path. Don't pat me on my motherfucking head like a motherfucking goddamn dog that just peed on the carpet. Don't tell me I'm a good dog after I don't peed in the carpet and you don't fed me. Now you ain't mad at me no more. Things are expensive. The naira, the power of the naira is dropping. The people are struggling to survive. This is just all the way honest. And then you talking about a powerhouse like Nigeria. And believe me, they do the separation over there in Nigeria too. But it's black people separating from the black people. You go to the island, you good until it rains. They don't tell y'all about that part in Nigeria. When it rains, it floods over there in those mansions. It floods. So you can be in your 100 million, 200, 300 million naira house, which is the equivalent of 200, 300,000 American dollars. You can be in these mansions in Nigeria, and when it storms like that, it floods. The sewer system cannot control that much water. And you wonder why they continuously to let that shit happen like that, because it doesn't rain that much. It's just a rainy season. So you would think that when it's dry season, they would go in there, put bigger drainage in there so it can support that water so it can go to the ocean. You already got them nasty, stinking, rat infested, malaria infested motherfucking out there swimming in shit water in Makoko. Send some of that water out there, but it's not happening like that. Exactly. She's saying that it's happening in Lagos. And the reason why I'm talking about Lagos, Miss Shalom, because this is the epicenter. This is the diamond of Lagos. I mean, of Nigeria. We need to be aware. We need to be aware of what's going on. We don't need to romanticize. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all smash that like button, shawty. You know what I'm saying? Just smash the like button. But at the end of the day, we the truth. Shout out to Dark Migo in the motherfucking building. And he's saying facts because that's what it is. Miss Audrey, that's minimum wage. Yeah. That is minimum wage in Nigeria. 60,000 naira. That is $40. In order for it to be a powerhouse, not based off of just token, not off the dirty December, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Not chicks out there, TikTok chicks, to these chicks out there shaking their ass all the time. You know what I'm saying? Now listen. Y'all think American women like to shake ass? Nigerian women got the wada nash. They got the wada nash. They shaking ass all over Africa now, bro. That American degenerate, ratchet behavior has seeped on over there in Africa. It is wata nash every fucking way you go. Ass shaking, titties jumping. And let me tell y'all something. Them girls over there built up right because they trek, walk, in flip-flops, the cheap ones, 3 or 4 miles, 4 or 5 kilometers a day. They ain't need all that saturated, oil field shit that the chicks are eating over here. Miss R just saying booty shaking is a culture. No. Culture booty shaking. That's the culture. What they doing now, Miss Audrey, is straight up Freaknik 96, 94, Wata Nash, bend over, shake it, twerk it, bounce it in the motherfucking dusty, pothole-filled streets in motherfucking Nigeria. I seen it for myself. That American influence is over there. Oh, prostitution. Oh, it's straight up. Let me put y'all on game real quick. The word for prostitution over there is ashawo. That is the word for prostitution. Those are the bold chicks. But now they got the motherfucking Alo shows. Alo show. Those are the college girls. Those are the regular girls that just getting their own apartment. You know what I'm saying? You send them transport. They'll come over there and bust that coupe de Kente wide the fuck open for goddamn 50 to goddamn 60 to 100,000 naira. And that's about $30. You can have that fine chick and she'll motherfucking goddamn cook and clean up the motherfucking house. Wata Nash. They're not shy anymore, bro. They're not shy anymore from Lagos to Port Harcourt to Benin City to Asaba to Aqua Bomb to Ibadan. Oh, no. Hold on, Aubrey. Hold on, Aubrey. FBA sell way more. Yes, they got websites in America. They got websites and they got street field. What I'm saying is that it's the competition, the way doing it, which was considered, just completely out the picture, is normal now. Because it's a lot. One thing that they talk about, one thing that they don't talk about in Nigeria is these girls having these strict ass fathers that don't give them money. They talk a good game. And that shit happens in Ghana too. It happens in Kenya, and it happens in South Africa too. The only two I can tell you about is Kenya and Nigeria. And I'm telling you why it's happened in Nigeria. You got these strict ass parents that got them have these girls and now working like slaves, making them grown at an early age. You got chicks that's 12 years old, can cook a whole motherfucking meal for grown people for the whole village, and she out there serving them. She's in a submissive form. Miss RJ, I'm finna get to that. These girls out here in Nigeria are being Alo shows in a shower for tuition. They're borrowing money from their banks. They got these banks called OPay and PalmPay. They don't have any like banks that you can go into. They're online banks. Listen, case in point, because there is no money and the parents wish to do wishing them to do everything but no money. Please do put that. I agree with that. I'm not saying that the parents don't wish that they can do it, but sometimes an African parent insists upon themselves. Like you just telling yourself you're great. You're telling the kids like that. Like, let me tell y'all something. I honestly believe I honestly believe that respect is earned. Even like I think that kids should definitely have respect for their parents, but it shouldn't be blind. My daughter calls me dad, but I only tell her call me dad or father if I act that way towards you. My daughter has the green light not to call me father if I'm not treating her like a father. Don't let nobody fool you on that shit that way. That's her daddy. That's her mom. That's how they treat you. Your brother and sister, how they treat you. Miss Aubrey, Dee Dee, is your cousin was trying to stick his dick in your ear when you used to go over there? That ain't your cousin. That's a nigga that want to smell that box. He want to get to the yams, sweet yams, from his cousin, so show him the way. You want to bust them cheeks. That ain't your family. Your family don't want to stick dick in you. Your girl cousin don't want to fuck you if your family. I got plenty of fine chicks in my family. My brain doesn't operate like that. Even Miss Shalom right here, she tried to be she tried to be all cutesy curtsy, but she goddamn like she got a crush on my daughter. Miss Shalom right here got a crush on my daughter, but she ain't family. So she can have a crush on my daughter if she wants to. I'm telling y'all that if your family member sees you as sexy, that is not your family. That's a motherfucking predator. And I stand by that. Now, hold on, y'all. Let's see what Miss Shalom gonna say about my daughter. LOL. So what should they do if the country is messed up? Hey, why you affirm what I said about you having a crush on my daughter? You know what I'm saying? Hold on, what she said. Hold on, let me pull it up. She said my daughter is cute. No, oh, okay. Uh-huh. We're gonna see what the elders in your village got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Calling my daughter cute. Now, so if as a community, we can't hide these perverts. That's just the way Uncle, whatever. He just like to hug everybody. The only time that the hugs should be more than 3 to 5 seconds if it's a brother and sister. My cousins, I don't hug them for long periods of time. I just don't do that. Hug, cuzzo, make it short, make it quick. Audrey, Miss Audrey, when I went to West Africa, when I went to Delta State, when I was in River State, when I was in Lagos State, these girls would not have nothing in their house, sleeping in the most fucked up conditions, but got a dry ass 26-inch natural curly pixie bounce, red, blue, green and white Nigerian colors, dry ass, stupid ass wig in the back of their head, to the point that they ain't even got the shit. You can still see the motherfucking the real hair in the front. But they don't give a fuck if the wig is crooked, rectangle, octagon. They don't give a fuck how that shit in places. And listen, let me tell you something. You can tell it's dry season over there in Nigeria because them wigs is dry as fuck. You can see like the little whatever whatever they stitch the wig to the little pattern, you can see it. The chicks in America go through length to hide that shit. They don't even hide that shit. You can look you can look at the tags on the wigs. These chicks don't care. And they rocking the straight. Let me tell y'all something. Take the wigs off all them goddamn little twerk monkeys over there in Nigeria. All of them look like they could have been in the movie Set It Off. All of them look like they could have been in the movie Set It Off, the Nigerian version. All of them got straight backs. They call it straight back. We call it cornrows here. They call it straight back. All of them got the Queen Latifah special. Them chicks over there borrowing weave, recycling weave. I'm talking about you got chicks walking around with patches of weave that's just hanging off the wig. You talking about that yakking? You talking about the motherfucking yakking? They like bring it on. Bring all the yarn. Them chicks will choke a cat if they saw the cat was playing with some yarn. They be like, that belongs in my hair, cat. Kitty. You know what? I wanted to post some videos of it. You get what I'm saying, Miss Audrey? I even asked Miss Shalom, could I use a picture? She said no. She actually told me nah. I told her I was gonna use it, but she actually told me no. I got a lot of it. I have a lot of pictures and videos. You know? No, I'm not too big. I just, when it comes to, I'm a real one of those people that I like to keep, stay anonymous too. Putting their business out there like that, I just, just being a street nigga, I can't do it. I have to get their permission. So today, I talked about 3 or 4 chicks, and I wanted to put them with these stupid ass wigs on, and they knew my angle, how I was gonna go at it. See, she laughing because I actually asked her. Because she definitely got the motherfucking straight backs in. And then when they go to the see, when most girls in Nigeria graduate, they have to do like this service. You know what I'm saying? They have to do this serving called what is it called? But they have to do it they have to do it when they have to do like 1 year. Okay, there it is. The NYSC. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all 2 things before I get to that. One thing that they do in Nigeria that we don't do in America, they love to goddamn go take photos and pics and then hang pictures of themselves on their wall. They love to do that shit. We don't really do that. Do you get what I'm saying? We don't do that here, but they do it. So when it's come to that, when they finish their service, they have just like a graduation, a ceremony. Boy, these chicks paint their face. They go get all the makeup from the goddamn funeral homes for the dead people, and they plaster. They melt it. They smelt it. They inject 23 tons of makeup on their face to the point that they can't even they can't laugh. If they laugh, the makeup will crack. Chips of the makeup would just start falling off like wood chips. Do you get what I'm saying? You got some of these chicks that will spend 2 years' salary. A whole would change that. Not 2 years' salary, a whole year's salary. Boy, I wish that I was lying. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, MD2V4. I wish that I was lying. Let me. This is the thing. I know I have a way of putting things, and it's just because it sounds funny when I say it, but it's funny when I fucking see it for myself. Listen, Miss Shalom, am I telling the truth about when these Nigerian girls finish their service, where they'll spend a year's salary to buy outfits, paint their face, put war paint on their face, put them spider legs, caterpillar lashes on, be somewhere in a room that ain't got no AC. They all got these rechargeable fans, dog. They all got these rechargeable fans. And they sit there like they dead people to take pictures. To take pictures. I'm talking about they scavenging for all the weave. 36-inch SDD Pixie Natural Bounce, extra wavy, extra human, dry ass fucking weave. These chicks ain't making but $40 a month, but they'll spend $400, $600 to paint their face, to goddamn go buy outfits, 2 or 3 outfits, 3 or 4 pair of shoes for a celebration weekend. There it is right there. There it is right there. Let me tell you something, Miss Aubrey. I know they like to motherfucking celebrate. Anytime that you can go out there and shake your ass barefooted, in those dusty ass roads, out that dry ass, hot ass dirt road where it ain't rained in 6 months. It ain't fucking rained in 6 months. You know that clay, you know that red clay is goddamn cutting they motherfucking feet. Goddamn potholes, grass cutter. Y'all know what grass cutter is? It look like a motherfucking goddamn beaver. You'll see them chicks out there shaking ass in the dirt, 90 degrees, no humidity, no wind blowing, no air condition, no water, no air condition. But they got their ass bent over. Wata Nash. The Wata Nash. They shaking it up. They shaking it up. And then after that, it's time to go. Broke as fuck. But they got a whole bunch of pictures. They got a whole bunch of pictures. You cannot survive. You get what I'm saying? Now, let's go with Miss Shalom right here. She celebrated the shit. She celebrated it. But like in the end of the day, it's having fun. But then as soon as that weekend is over with, reality sets in. It ain't no goddamn jobs. Then you got every other fine gal in Nigeria, they going for the same jobs. And let me tell y'all something. Y'all think that Black American women compete? No. You got 700,000 young feral chicks over there competing. 18 to 21. Change that. 21 to 23. Appreciate it. Apple telling me it's 7 o'clock. I love my laptop, y'all. That is what's happening. They have, after all that partying and all that having a good time, it's no jobs over there. And then you got black people. Why y'all think that white people so easily swoop in and play the savior role? One reason, because the proximity to Europe is closer. You get what I'm saying? So we always talk shit about white people being in Africa, but it's the same way with us going to Mexico and Colombia. We're close. Jamaica, Bahamas. It just so happenly that we're close to those countries. White people, Europeans is close. Matter of fact, France damn near connected to Africa. Miss Audrey, I saw a Nigerian lady on social media had a party to celebrate being the first person in the village to travel overseas on a plane. Just to jump on the motherfucking plane. This is the mindset we're dealing with. You can't save a group of people like that. The way that they think is already embedded. It is stuck. The only thing you can do is assist and give advice. Aubrey. Oh, they definitely fun. Oh, Nigerians is fun as fuck. But they stuck in their ways like your old ass, bald head, ugly ass auntie. I'm not talking about you, Miss Audrey, but I'm just saying in general. Your fat ankles, goddamn veins popping out of leg, bushing ass, stinking ass auntie that's stuck in their ways. That's how they're stuck in their ways over there at a young age. Now think about it. We really don't like Miss Shalom. We don't really do makeup like us on this side, and lashes and long nails. Listen, the quality of the weaves is noticeable. The quality of the weaves is noticeable. That little brown part that's under the wigs that the chicks in America like the filter in, and you see that shit. You have a girl that's black as this goddamn background, and you can see the brown part that's under the wig hanging off her head. Let me tell y'all the craziest shit in the world that I saw. Let me tell y'all the craziest shit that I saw when I was in Africa. Is that a girl would have straight backs, which is basically motherfucking cornrows, right? And then put a wig over their head that's cornrows. You got motherfucking straight backs. You got your hair plaited to the back, from the front to the back, and then you put on a wig that got thicker cornrows in the motherfucking wig. and you see the brown part of the wig at the bottom just flapping. Miss Dee, they ain't trying to conceal a motherfucking thing over there. You got your hair motherfucking plaited, braided, and then you put on a dry ass wig with plaits, dreads, straight backs, cornrows, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I call it the motherfucking Set It Off Queen Latifah special. Where they do that at? You snatched the wig off. It looked like she got on 2 wigs. You can't help these young wig weave wearing wild hyena gallivanting round the dusty streets of Nigerian.
But this guy is crazy.
You can't give these chicks no motherfucking advice. They competing with the next door neighbor that's a wild hyena hood rat. That chick got yellow yarn in her head. She gonna go get her shit done. Now she want yellow and black. Now this chick want green and red. They're competing for the bottom. You can't goddamn give nobody advice like that.
Hold on. But say police.
Go ahead,
police. You can't be talking all that shit. You can't be talking all that shit because you are here talking about how Black American women ain't submissive, ain't traditional, ain't all that stuff. Now you got African women, yeah, they may look a bit dusty, but they still got all these attributes, man. You can't be talking about that.
That's the one thing that I give African women credit on. I give them credit on their culture. I give them credit on their the respect they have. You get what I'm saying? I give them credit on that. But at the end of the day,
if you got a woman that's giving you respect, is loyal to you, and takes your lead. If you say we go this way, she goes that way, and we go this way, you go this way. She gives you all of that you need in a wife. Rather than a woman that wants to punch your face in. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, how do you balance that? How do you balance that situation?
Well, it's like this. The thing about it with African women is that they know that at any given time you can get the shit slapped the fuck out you at the drop of a dime. They know that. It's consequent. Let me tell you something. For a Nigerian woman to open up her mouth to the wrong guy, she is subject to get the motherfucking foo-foo crust out the side of her teeth slapped out her fucking mouth. That's the difference. So it's a respect level is had. This the only thing that I disagree with with Nigerians. I don't believe in giving respect to people that don't deserve it. I believe in a culture thing to where when a person get to a certain age and you get to a certain age and you respect them just for being older, but not having control over your life. I think that the only person should have something to do with over your life and your path is somebody that tried to guide you on the way. Don't come in and try to guide me at 70 years old and I'm 23 and I ain't never seen your life. You just because we in a tribe or whatever, you got some type of, preordained path for me. Now, what you can do is you can tell me, hey, this is what accepted in our tribe. This is how we operate. But that is far.
What would you rather deal with? A hood rat bitch that could get you sent up to jail or shoot your ass, or a bitch, or a woman that's like backwards that you can bring into the future and get and set her right.
Well, you know, in theory, just logically speaking, you would take the latter. You would take the one that you think that you can change. But what I'm trying to tell you is that, like, you think, like, you know how they say this thing, admit if we build it, they'll come. No, 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 no. Those African hood rats over there with the motherfucking walking in flip-flops, you know what I'm saying? Eat motherfucking gari and ground nuts. You ain't changing them, bruh. Only thing you can do to those fine ass, tight toto chicks that walk and they got the tight butts, tight nash, they got the water nash, and they got these nice boobs is to goddamn put a baby up in them and take care of them. You are not gonna
hold on. Where did you go, bro? Police. Where did you go to investigate this?
So as far as Nigeria, I went to Lagos, I went to Benin City, I went to Asaba, I went to Port Harcourt and Owerri. You know what I'm saying? So I stayed in the middle. Of course, I ain't taking my American ass up north. You get what I'm saying? Because you know, you unless your life insurance policy helps you try to make your family rich, don't take your American ass to the north. Don't take your ass to Kano State. Let me tell y'all, if I ever see any of y'all Americans talking about y'all one of black people going up to Kano State by yourself, I will personally slap the shit out you at the airport. And take your passport from you and run to the goddamn trash can or the toilet and flush it. I am saving you, nigga.
But police, did you go to look for the regular village type of girl?
The thing about it is when I was there, they have like these events. So you can go to these like towns and when they have these events, so you get to meet a lot of people. And of course, once they hear your accent, they want to talk. Now, when you get into the rural areas, these chicks is like, you show them a wash machine, they'd be like, that's the devil. Holy Ghost fire. Like technology is not what they used to. The only technology they want is that goddamn Nokia, that 1986 Nokia phone where you still press the buttons on the front, where you still can play the goddamn stick man and shit like that. And in the village, right, they have that village mentality. They have that village mentality, so you can't change that. The only thing you can do is let her come in there and let her be your helpmate. You cannot bring her to a thought process that you have, because she still have to go back to that village. She can't go back with no Americanized period. Snatch it up. Hold
on, wait. You can't say that. You can't say that, bro. You know what I mean? It's not about time, you know, like everybody has different experiences in life, right? You know what I mean? And sometimes these experiences might interplay somehow. So you could someone introduce a village girl into a metropolitan city like New York or LA.
Nah. Only way you can introduce her if you're gonna be her caretaker. She's not gonna be. Listen. The only thing that will remind her about the village is all that motherfucking horn blowing.
But you're mistaken. They are not interested in the village. They are interested in what's happening in the city and in New York.
That's true. But let me tell you from my experience. Once they come over here and see it in its splendor. Do you get what I'm saying? Now don't get me wrong. You can go out to the village. You can go into the city. You can go into the market. And believe me, y'all, it is no such thing as personal space in Africa, in West Africa. Like people is gonna be touching you. People are gonna be you might get groped. You might, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's worldwide. That one is worldwide, even in India.
What in India? But what I'm saying, in the United States, we have this thing to where we don't like people to get close up on us. We don't like to be touched. Do you get what I'm saying? But in Nigeria, let me tell y'all something. And this is no joke. This is no joke. When I got to, and she always with this, not everyone in the village. She got this thing to where nothing is absolute. And true, it's not absolute, but it's 99.9%. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'll give her that 0.1%. Let me tell y'all something. I was in Asaba and I went to this No. I was in Kenya and I went to this market. And when I went to this market, these motherfuckers were so close up on me and everybody was musty. Every last person in a 2 feet radius smelled like tuna fish. I wanted to go back to where I had my Mitchum deodorant and just come back like a soldier and make all of them put their arms up in the air and hit all their arms with some goddamn deodorant. They walk around because that shit is normal to them. They have a normal way of how they operate and how they smell. You come over there with your American ways, with your goddamn Gucci and your goddamn Creed, you know what I'm saying? You smelling like fruit to them. You smelling like motherfucking papayas and motherfucking pineapples. Their stench is struggle. They're not washing their clothes. They ain't got no motherfucking downy dryer sheets. They ain't got
no. I think in East Africa is that Indian admixture. You know, they have that Indian admixture. They have that Indian admixture.
Indian is better. Nigeria.
What?
Nigeria, they have this thing. They all wash their clothes by hand. We talk about 99%. Don't talk about the one people in goddamn in Banana Island. Let me tell y'all something. Maybe the people in Banana Island, the rich people, don't wash their clothes by hands, but they motherfucking house help do. They house help wash their head. The difference is if they have the property where they can hang down, the rest of the people just throwing their shit up on the gate. It smell like outdoors. So you better be used to people touching you, rubbing up. Like they riding three deep on a motorbike. Like on a bumpy road. I wish a motherfucker would. Let me tell you something. If Hustle Smart was dying and I needed to get to the hospital and you're going to put me on a motorbike where a dude's ass is going to be in my lap, where my legs is going to be on his hip, nigga, let me die. Tell my daughter that my life insurance with Mutual Omaha and let me die right there. I'm not sitting on the back of no bike. I'm not sitting behind a guy on these bumpy ass roads while he bouncing up and down, and I'm just sitting back and doing while he bouncing back and forth. Believe me, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not homophobic. Gay people is cool with me long as they don't try me, but I'm not gonna participate in those homosexual activities by getting on a motherfucking motorbike. In East Africa they call it a boda. They call it a boda. In Africa they call it a West Africa they call it a moto. I will take my chances with those death machines called the KK. If y'all don't know what a KK is, it's like a small car with 3 wheels. No suspension, no motherfucking seat cushion. You on straight up wood. I'd rather take my chances on that than get on a motherfucking motorbike.
Come on, man. Come on, police.
Go ahead.
You know it's Africa, bro. You know it's Africa, bro. Like it's not supposed to be like the United States, right? Like they will take time to develop to a certain standard. You understand? You gotta be adventurous. You gotta be You gotta be open-minded, adventurous. You gotta be someone that can work with chaos under mind. Are you telling me? Are you telling me you are someone that cannot operate with chaos? Are you telling me that you need the system to be stable all the time for you to actually do your shit?
Let me explain something to you. See the difference between me and most people, because I come from the gutter, I fit right in home.
You can't say that. You can't. You can't. If you came from the gutter, then you
Uh-huh.
know how chaotic things can be. Then you understand Africa.
I
But
do.
because of that,
I
you are complaining about Africa that is chaotic. You're supposed to expect that. Africa is chaotic.
what I'm saying is that I definitely expect it, but what I don't what I don't expect for nothing to change. For nothing to, I'm talking about nothing to change from year to year. Like no type of way that if it's a pot, and let me tell you something, if that pothole is there, that same pothole been there for goddamn 6 years. If that sewage was open right now, they ain't doing, it's no repairs. That's the problem. that is the problem. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's the issue I have, man. That's the issue I have, is that I try to tell people that it's meant to be that way. It's meant to be the way that it is. If y'all think that it's meant for Africa to be built, you can't build that. First of all, hold on, let me tell y'all something. Y'all see the motherfucking Cash App in the building. Y'all know I need y'all niggas money. I need it like a cancer patient losing weight. I need it like a goddamn prosperity preacher over there in Lagos need to goddamn put fuel in his jet. I need it like a Shawo that's walking the block on the goddamn streets that ain't got no street lights, because you know the goddamn lights go off every 46 hours. Y'all support the platform so I can get that motherfucking duck out the corner. That's what I need, man.
So smart. You do know that some of these African governments cannot make a development on those potholes or schools or roads, all this stuff, because they have loans to the World Bank and the IMF that came from the United States.
I agree.
You understand? You do know that, right? So
I agree.
They cannot really invest. They cannot really invest in public spending because the United States or World Bank and IMF, not the United States, but the World Bank and IMF got them spending extra interest on loans that they didn't accrue. And if those people don't want those loans, they get killed.
But this is my point to this though. But
you do know that if a people are deprived of actually evaluating their value or correctly aligning their value in terms of their labor value, you can have the same thing as the same type of slavery in Colombia, in Dominican Republic, in Thailand, all over the world. You can have that shit.
So I get that. I get that. But what I'm saying is at some point, you're gonna have to shut something down. Shout out to motherfucking DD with the first goddamn Cash App that day. She recognized that I need that money. You get what I'm saying? That's goddamn $25 to the duck. Shout out to Miss DD coming through in a major way. I need the rest of y'all. I need the rest of y'all hood boogers. I need the rest of y'all 40 that y'all ready to clock in tomorrow. Y'all gonna get it back tomorrow. So Shalom.
But tell me your adventures in Africa. Tell me what you discovered.
Hey, so Shalom. I told Shalom right here. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna be all the way. Shalom, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Let me tell y'all something. I wasn't gonna say anything, but Shalom is a good friend of mine in Lagos. She in EB Dunn. She's one of the people that was in the service that where the government makes them do a year, and after they work they work the shit out them from sun up to sundown to the point where they don't you know what I'm saying, to the point where they can't do anything else or make any more money. I told her that whatever money that I get tonight is gonna go to her, with her helping her with her, apartment, with her with transport money to go to the job. I talked to her the other day. She went for an interview for a job. It was 400 girls out there, 400 for a job position for 3 people. It's like boot camp. You get what I'm saying? I actually told her not to go. I actually told her not to go, but she wanted to go. They don't do no thing the way they know. They don't have it set up like America where, if you're going for an interview, it's a building for you to sit in. And they was all standing outside, bro. They was all outside. No water, nowhere to use the restroom, nothing.
So like India, it seems like India right now. It seems like what's happening in India.
It's like India. They don't care about the people that's wanting to get the job. They only care about the people that's gonna get the job. And
it's basically like you have an oversupply of educated people. Hundreds of people are applying for that one single job.
And Steve T, man, listen, I'm gonna get Steve T. I'm a street dude, right? You know what I'm saying? I try, even Shalom. It's, we had some videos or whatever, and I asked her, like, this is, I asked her about it, and I told her that I'm gonna do it in a tasteful way, but I got to get, if it's a person that I know, I have to get their permission. Some of the other videos that I just shot raw, I'll put them up, but I try not to show people faces or whatever, but I'm gonna get their permission. I'm gonna put the videos up. You get what I'm saying? So, and
but Hustle Smart. We've known you to be the guy that's been complaining about how belligerent Black American women are, or Western women are. We've known you to be complaining about how uncooperative they are. Like these women, you can't marry them. So Hustle Smart, what do you tell to the diaspora community that want a lovable, loyal wife?
The bet is still Africa is the place to go. Nigeria is still Nigeria.
With all you just said, you still believe Africa is the place to go.
I'm saying the place to go if you want to get somebody that's gonna be on your program, to the point that if you're a type of man that you want to be like the man that take care of everything, they take care of everything, and you want somebody to be there, you want somebody to traditional cook, clean, but at the end of the day, you're gonna foot the bill. You're gonna foot that entire bill. I'll tell a man to go there. If you want a woman to try to get with a woman, they got go 50-50. 50-50.
But why would you need a woman that's as independent as you as a man? Why would you want your woman to be independent from you?
Well, you got to think about it like this. Everybody don't make the type of money that maybe me and you make. You get what I'm saying?
But Hustle Smart, why would you want your woman to be independent from you, to be dependent on herself and independent from you, her husband?
You saying why do I want her to be dependent on me?
Why do you want her to be independent of you?
Oh no. That's the point that I'm making. The point. I'm not saying independent of me. What I'm saying is, if you deal with American woman, you're gonna have to deal with American woman ways. If you deal with an African woman and you're gonna take her away from that lifestyle, she's gonna be 100% dependent, not independent. She's gonna be 100% dependent on you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Wouldn't you want a woman to be dependent of you? and you handling business and handling stuff and all that on a woman independent of you.
I don't want a woman to be independent on me because I don't want to. The way that my lifestyle is and the way that I know how people are, and it definitely my chick. Let me tell y'all something. I am a chauvinistic. I don't give a fuck how I look, but the girl, the chick, she's gonna be fine as fuck. She ain't got no choice. I don't settle for nothing less than an 8. So there's no way that I'm gonna have another woman calling another man boss. My wife, my girl will never call another man boss. Now, if she can open up her own business she can open up her own business and do that, but not working for somebody else. So basically, it's either she's working for me and I give her the money to work for herself, but she's not gonna call another man boss. I think that's the greatest thing that you can do to separate that mentality that a lot of Black American women have, to the point where they give more respect to their supervisor. You get what I'm saying? To their supervisor than they give their husband. You get what I'm saying?
No,
like they give the men that they give the men that supervise them more respect. And listen, I can't say anything about it because it's Black men in America. We don't have these business to hire our women. They have to go to white people. They have to bow down to white. That's why I don't get on that shit when they say about Black women. Hey, they kissing that. They doing it for white men. White men are hiring them. White men are giving them the position. They're giving them the key cards. They're giving them the laptops. They're giving them the paychecks. They're giving them the referrals. Only thing Black men doing is talking about protect Black women. You can't protect Black women with your words. You got to protect Black women with money. And if you ain't giving them no job, then she ain't got no reason. I'm not saying she should disrespect you in any type of way. I'm just saying that you can't demand more respect out of her and you ain't paying her. She still got to pay for everything herself. She still got to work. She still got to come home. She still got to cook, clean, and then she got to cut bread with you.
So smart. What are you gonna do yourself? You want a Black American woman that's gonna take your shit and not be independent?
Hold on. Let me stop you right there, sir. Let me stop you right there for that blatant disrespect. Let me tell y'all something. In spirit, Black women, in spirit, my Black American women, I love you to the moon and back. But I would never marry a goddamn one of these Alpha Phi Alpha, Gamma Phi Gamma, street hustling, street neighborhood Black American women. My goddamn wife, girl, she would either be East African or West African. I would never in my life marry a woman that would use the motherfucking system against me when she get mad. Never.
But Hustle Smart, even though she's dusty East African woman or dusty West African woman with the fucking fucked up makeup and fucked up hair.
Let me tell you something. She can have on the flip-flops that they give away at the goddamn nail shop for free. You get what I'm saying? She could be walking around with the material that made from the motherfucking goddamn curtains from the motherfucking window. I will take her over a goddamn Black American woman that's goddamn a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse, any of that shit. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I understand what Black women go through in America. Don't none of y'all get that mixed up. I understand what they go through. So it's a lot of pressure. And then it's a damn show a lot of pressure dealing with. Listen, let me tell you something. Audrey. Audrey asked me that what if her wig is dead? Hold on for a second. First of all, shout out to Kanguru who donated to the fund for Miss Shalom. Shalom, I don't know if you heard me, but I kind of told a little bit about your story. And I told you that whatever donations I get tonight, that I'm going to give you those donations because she's
What happened there? What's so smart? We can't hear you. Fix your volume. I think you muted, mate. Damn, niggas muted. Your computer went off. Get back in it. Get back in it.
Okay, I'm back. Hey, y'all, hold on. That's my bad, y'all. That's my bad. Am I back? Let me know if y'all can hear me again. Let me know if y'all hear me again. Let me know if I'm back in the building, Shawty. Let me know.
Well, I can hear you. I can hear you.
My laptop said you're speaking too much heat, man. But let me tell y'all something. I forgot I had to plug. It wasn't my MacBook wasn't plugged in, so I got it all plugged in good now, y'all. It's good to go. But this is what I was saying about Miss Shalom. I told her that I was so hurt when I saw all those girls. We talking about young Nigerian girls standing out there in the heat waiting for that. I told her when I go live. Matter of fact, she is one of the reasons what made me go live today, because I knew that some of my people would support a good something that's good that doing. And let me tell y'all something. I do not lie. And she's right here. She'll tell you I don't lie, whatever. I stick to my word. You get what I'm saying? Like, I tell y'all all the time that I'm one of those type of guys that every girl that I meet, I'm not trying to fuck them. Like, I think in the way that the world is going, a female can get into more spaces than men can get into. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm like I'd rather be friends with a woman than to try to fuck every woman that I see. And on top of that, I'm old as fuck. So, so I'm not gonna embarrass myself by giving her, 8 to 12 minutes before my back start hurting. And then I need a motherfucking Gatorade break so she can get the hell out my face. You get what I'm saying? I ain't listen, we can go to the sex shop. You can go get you a little dildo, big dildo, vibrator. You can get you a vibrator that sounds like a generator. I don't give a fuck. I ain't trying to fuck you all night. I can't do that. So anything that I get tonight, I don't know if this was her, but everything that I get today, I'm gonna donate it to her and for her to look for jobs and to pay for transport. And let me tell y'all something. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, because I don't want to make it sounds like she's like a charity case. What I'm saying is that these people are leaving their cities, going to other cities to try to find jobs, so that they'll relocate if they find the right job. So they're paying for transport to go to these areas. Then when they get there, you got to get the way that it works is weird, y'all. Y'all know, like in America, to where if you get a taxi or a Uber, the Uber will take you from one point to the next point. Excuse me. It's not like that in Africa. You'll have to catch a KK to a certain point, a junction, which like in Atlanta, it would be like Metropolitan Highway or a big highway. Then to go on side streets, you're gonna have to get on a motorbike because the roads are not good. So the KK cannot go down these streets. And some of these girls are walking, you know what I'm saying, far as we concerned, maybe 2 or 3 miles just to get to a junction to go. And then the KKs don't run all night. You know what I'm saying? So if you get back at nighttime, they're not going, but they'll drop you off at the junction. You got to walk. You got to trek it through these goddamn bush. We talking about trees, brush, grass 6 feet in the air. But let me shout out to my boy Kanguru who dropped the motherfucking money straight to the motherfucking bank account. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got 2 more people that donated some money. Now, if it says your real name and it's not your real name that's on the YouTube channel, I'm just gonna tell you thank you for the donation, and I'm not gonna say your real name. But if you hit the cash out and you want me to, just put a message in there so I can read that, you know what I'm saying? And then let me know in the message, is it okay to say your name? Because some of y'all cash outs say y'all real name. You get what I'm saying? So, but that's where we at. But what I'm saying is that American Black women have a lot to go through. You know what I'm saying? Most of them got several kids by several baby daddies. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's rare that you can meet a young woman that's don't have any kids in America. That's not arrogant. And not in West Africa, it's so many young, sexy, fine, nice body, petite women that don't have any kids. You get what I'm saying? See, at the end of the day, I'm old as fuck, shawty. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting me a woman that gonna take care of me. I need somebody to goddamn all my motherfucking feet up. You get what I'm saying? I ain't no young whippersnapper no more. You get what I'm saying? I'm marrying for retirement. Do you get what I'm saying? Shout out to Miss Orlando. And shoot, God damn it, you gonna mess me up with that last name.
But also smart.
Yes.
Sexual prospect shouldn't be the only thing that you're looking for in West African women, because you can get that in Black American women.
Hold on, I just blew. Hold on. Doing it. Hold on. I got somebody here saying that I didn't blow up their comment. So let me blow it up real quick. Hold on, let me scroll up to his motherfucking name. Let me blow it up. Let me blow it. Let me go ahead and find one of my day ones who always support. Let me find his name because he just messaged me and I got goddamn respect because you always got to respect the people that support you, bro. Hold on. Oh, okay, you know what? When I sign back in, some of the egg is right here. This my dog, the motherfucking professional. The motherfucking that can put a motherfucking sauna in your 1-bedroom apartment. The one that if you got an HVAC problem, you better not call them motherfuckers that gonna charge you $64,000. The one that can goddamn take a motherfucking refrigerator apart and put it back together himself. The ultimate entrepreneur from goddamn from cars to motherfucking HVAC systems to carpentry, from goddamn Maryland, by the way, Tanzania, fucking Jamaican, dirty wine, poom puncher, poom splitter, poom spitter himself, Mr. Kanguru, aka that dude that goddamn supported the platform. And what he gave me is definitely going to Miss Shalom. I appreciate it that he donated to me. but I'm goddamn giving that directly to Miss Shalom. Go
Also
ahead,
smart. I'm saying her sexual prospect shouldn't be the only value that you look for in a woman, because otherwise it seems like that is like what a bastard looks for to kind of integrate into the majority.
So what you think? What you think as I'm finna call myself elderly, a elderly man from America that's already been married twice. You get what I'm saying? And then now wanting a African wife. You know what I'm saying? That's the standard. What components, knowing that the mentality of the African woman, what should I be looking for?
Well, he's an old bastard, isn't he? By that time, he's an old bastard. He's an old whippersnapper.
An old whippersnapper?
I know.
You have lost your goddamn mind. Let me tell you something.
He's an old whippersnapper. He's an old bastard, you know.
Let me tell you something.
He ain't got no relation except sex. That's a bastard.
Let me tell you something. The only person that's gonna be up in that bed with some gray hair on their genitals is gonna be me. You get what I'm saying?
What do you think? What do you think of a white man that goes to Thailand looking for young girls? What would you consider them?
What do you consider young girls?
No, what would you consider white men that go to Thailand?
Listen. We give context on it. When you say young girl, how old?
Well, you know, sometimes they go up to girls that are 16.
No.
16 and all that stuff.
That's a crime. Anything that's a crime, I would not participate in.
Well, in any case, what would you consider an old white man that goes for a woman that's 18, 17, and he's 50 or something? Would you consider a bastard or a whippersnapper?
No, I don't. She just young and fertile. See, at the end of the day, in America, we try to think that we marry for love. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we don't do it as a business. One thing that I know, and my homeboy Guru is goddamn it will tell you that African women, they marry for, it's a business. It's a family business. Like, you're getting married to support the family. Like you can get married in America and don't goddamn give a fuck about nobody in her family. Like, you get what I'm saying? But when you marry into a African family, especially a West African family, you're married, you're connected to the family.
Indeed.
You got to be ready. All y'all black dudes that see all them shits and these chicks shaking that wata nash all over the goddamn place.
But what is the purpose of marriage if it wasn't for family? What's the purpose of marriage?
No. What I mean is that I'm talking about her family, not your family, because a lot of times.
Yeah, I'm saying what is the purpose of marriage if it wasn't for connecting families together?
But see, that's not an American way. We don't subscribe.
Yeah, because the American way is the bastardic way. The American way is the bastard way.
See, the thing of it is that I call a spade a spade. I'll agree with what you're saying, but still understand that's just the way of the time. It's just like when I go back to my old neighborhood and it's all gang infested and rat infested and whatever. I can tell them that this shit ain't shit. I can tell them how I made it out. I can tell them how I'm grinding out. I can tell them how I'm making, $200,000 a year without looking over my shoulder. I can tell them that. I can tell them how I live in my neighborhood now, and I can leave my garage open all night, and I can tell them about it. But if that's not going to change the way that some of their mentality, it just is what it is. Only thing I can do is separate from it.
But Hustle Smart, you're running away from that, because let me give you an example, right? In Britain or the UK, it is still the fact that when you marry into someone, you marry into the family. But America is a bit more ahead. You understand what I mean? So America is a bit more ahead. So it's not about family anymore. But even in the UK and Africa and all these traditional in Italy, it's all you marry, you're bringing two families together. But in America, you're not doing that.
I wish that
But you still don't want the American woman. Doesn't it seem a bit bastardic?
Well, see, I don't listen. The thing about it is, I can be just like I'm just that's what I was trying to tell you. I can be from that neighborhood. I can grow up in that neighborhood, but don't want to be a part of that. Even though, let me tell you something, I will tell anybody I was a part of the problem in my own neighborhood. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was a part of the problem. But I swear, and I'm just one of the rare people that if it wasn't for me going to prison, if it wasn't for me going locked up, nobody was helping me. Nobody was changing me. If anything, people was like you got to understand, bro. In the neighborhood that I live in, people was promoting my degenerate. They was like, hustle smart. You selling drugs, bro. You need to sell some more. You ain't sold enough, but you got it. You're the one that like you're promoted. If you're a professional degenerate, you're promoted. But once I got away, it took prison to take me away and for me to grow up in a system and see brothers that I thought that, you know, everybody in jail, these just unlucky people that got locked up. But then when I went to prison, I found out that some of these brothers are here. They reading on a 3rd, 4th grade level. Have you ever seen the movie? Have you ever seen the movie Life with Eddie Murphy?
I think I've seen it. Yeah, it's Life. Yes, I've seen
Life
it.
with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence. You ever see that scene where they all sitting around and they in this letter time and they getting these letters and they like, man, who can read the letter? And they're like, man, I can't read it. The last dude read, like, dog. Like I was in there at 17. I was in there at 17 to 18 years old. I'm talking about these grown men that I thought that they was hustlers, they was killers, would come to me, man, like, listen, man, they like young blood. They used to call me young blood. That's what they used to call me, and the old heads used to call me young blood. They like, young blood, man, you talk good, man. You be reading the stuff, man. You know, can you read my paperwork for me? You know what I'm saying? And they like, man, you know what I'm saying? We'll pay you. I'm like, no, you ain't got to pay me, man. Just, you know, we'll keep it amongst me. Just give me your paperwork and I'll try to read it for you. I'm 18 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying? Miss Didi talking about you gonna eat your cornbread. Yeah. Like these dudes in here are retarded. These dudes are in prison are not smart. So when you got black brothers that's not smart, the only thing they know how to do is be violent. Because nobody's gonna ask you, can you read if you're violent? You're just known for being
smart. Also smart. How come is some of these village people, backwards people, come to the United States and still manage to do very well in the United States and adapt quickly?
Because they have a one-track mind. They have people that's dependent on them. You get what I'm saying? So when they come to America, they jump straight into, hey, what can I get? Like in America, you can just go on the internet or go to any city ordinance and you can see all the free programs that are given away.
So that means they can be intentional and they can be trainable. They can be intentional, they be trainable, and that means they can be a wife that you can potentially train to be a best wife for yourself rather than that wife that wants to just stab you or shoot you in the head.
African woman, yes, but not American woman.
It's an African woman trainable. An African woman or Black American woman, which one is more trainable?
An African woman is trainable far as education. She's not trainable when it comes to her culture. Do you get what I'm saying? She's not trainable when it comes to the culture. You can educate her and you can show her a better life. But what I'm saying is that so say for instance that my chick, right? Like, you know, let's say she's from Kenya, right? And I bring her here and I got washing machine, I got dryer, and I got dishwasher, right?
Yeah.
She still, if she goes back home, she's gonna be expected if she's there to wash with her hands again.
But because the machines are not there.
But what I'm saying is that that's what an African woman can do. An African woman can be Americanized a little bit and still have a culture. But American woman is not gonna go to Africa and wash her motherfucking shit with her hands. The only thing that American woman gonna wash with her hands is her motherfucking drawers. That's it.
She might not even wash your drawers.
She definitely ain't washing my drawers. All she gonna wash is hers. So, but that's the type of that's the type of thing we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That's what we going through. Shout out to Didi. Shout out to goddamn Dark Migo. Shout out to Kaguru. Kaguru said, "What is their laws on the age?" Listen, I firmly believe in not being a stigmatized. What it is? I'm not gonna judge a country's legal age. If that's what they say it is, if they say it's 16, go over there and snatch your ass up. If the family agrees with it, then that's what it is. You get what I'm saying? I just know for a fact when you dealing with females from other country, the family holds that female accountable. They're not gonna let a West African mom is not gonna let her daughter come to her house knowing she got a husband and talk to other men. They're gonna hold her. They're gonna hold her responsible because that relationship is supporting the family. So she can't go to her mom's house around her dad and her sisters and be a fucking twerk monkey. She can't go out there and be thotting it up, having old ex-boyfriends coming by, because in their family, that's disrespectful. Do you get what I'm saying? But in American culture, you know what I'm saying? If my sisters was to go around my mom, and my sister was married and wanted to talk to other guys or go out on the dates with other guys, my mama wouldn't say a word. Because in American culture, we don't support the moms in the family. We just support, we're individualists in America. And I know a lot of y'all don't like for me to say that, but we are individualists in America. We take care of our household and whatever. You get what I'm saying? And we got to be honest about that. So with me living the way that I live now, that I need somebody that's gonna take care of me physically while I take care of them financially. That's where I'm at in life.
Also, Smart, it seems like you know exactly what you want in life. And as much as you may complain about African women being dusty in this type of way, in that type of way, you know you can train them to be the type of woman that you want, and you know they are more suitable to look after you in your old age, correct?
Oh yeah, they like. Let me tell you something. West African women are professional RN caretakers. They're bred like that. They're groomed like that from their family. You know what I'm saying? You want your motherfucking foot rubbed, you ain't even got to ask.
You must be a pussy man if you didn't know how to use that to your best advantages, obviously.
But see, the thing about it with Americans, we're so lust driven. So all we looking at is the wata nash.
But that's the bastardic nature, isn't it? That's left out. That's a bastard nature.
But think about it. This been a bastard type thinking that's been going on for now 100 years. No, well, let's say for a good 80 years after civil rights. Wow. After civil rights, black men, once they start being around white people, I'm not gonna blame white people, but I'm gonna blame white people for this. Once black men start integrating with white people, we became more perverted and sexualized to how a woman looks. Like that's the end all and be all. Is how
that's the end all and be all to a woman. That's what you saw.
But that's just That's the way we are. So now that's why we talk in America. Everything is dad ass. Look how fine she is.
So can you see when you go back to Africa and you're looking at these women, say, oh, these women, they're loyal and all that, but they're musty as shit. They're musty.
Let me explain this to y'all. Let me tell y'all the difference between an African woman upgrading. Let me set the context, y'all. Upgrading an African woman and upgrading a American woman. To change an African woman's life, to change an African woman's life completely, I'm talking about full circle, takes about $300 to $500 American dollars. You would change her, her cell, but y'all ought to see the cell phones that they use over there. They using motherfucking cell phones that you can't even give away in America. They over there using iPhone 6. iPhone 6.
What's about this guy?
Hold on. Let me say this part. They using iPhone 6. Let me tell you something. When you go to the cell phone company in West Africa and East Africa, they're selling used cell phones, shawty. Used. In America, we don't buy them. You got to go on eBay or something to buy a used phone. Like T-Mobile, even if they sell your iPhone 14, it's gonna be brand new. You can't even get a used cell phone at a cell phone company in America. Not used. You can get one refurbished, but not used. They selling used. So what I'm trying to tell y'all, that $400,000 is about 600,000 Nigerian naira.
Hold on.
Let me say this part. She can get an apartment. She can get an apartment for the whole year. She can furnish that apartment. She can get an apartment and furnish that apartment for a whole year. Upgrade her entire wardrobe for $400 American dollars. You cannot upgrade American black woman out her situation with $400. Only thing you can do is take her out to eat. That's a weekend trying to fuck American woman. That's how much you're gonna spend. But you can change a West African woman's life with that money. Go ahead, my brother.
Also smart. That's the bastard's way of viewing things. Like you see the woman from just the sexual point of view. Because if it's the same, you don't need to go get a West African woman. You can get a Black American woman. But obviously, you're going for an African woman. Because a Black American woman will give you the same kind of stuff, right? But if that view of a woman that is just an object just for sex is the bastardic way of viewing things. It's the bastard's value system. You know what I mean? So you want to move away from that, you know? Yes, of course, there's certain things going on. But an African woman is much more than that. Also, she has much more skills, capabilities, and much more values that she can add to your life other than just the affordability. Correct? Also,
let me tell you something. That is 100% correct, but I don't give a fuck. I don't need her to be. All I need for that dusty sandals, dry wig, 26-inch yaki, goddamn walking 6 miles in the goddamn market to do is to goddamn put oil on my feet, rub my back, massage me. You know what I'm saying? Go to the market, get fruit, vegetables, and cook. And I need her to go fetch. I need her to be. I'm looking for a housemaid wife. That's what I'm looking for.
This nigga, bro.
But listen, hold on though. But she will be respected. She will not be disrespected. You know what I'm saying? And she will be in a position to where she can help herself and help those around her. You get what I'm saying? Now, listen to my boy Kunguru right here. He said, I've done it. and she grateful as shit too. The downside is I fucked up for any local guy that want to slide in. That's the thing that I was when we was having a conversation with Lewis earlier, and I was trying to explain to that. That's what go on in Ghana. That sometimes when Americans come over there, we raise the price of the pussy up because we spending American dollars. What I do, Kanguru, he got money to burn. I got it. I'm a little cheaper. I'm a little stingy. So when I do it, I have learned the cost of everything. I know how much 4 tomatoes cost. I know how much a 10 of gari costs. I know how much a kg of rice costs. I know how much a mango and a pineapple cost. Just because I got the money to overspend, I'm not overspending. I'm haggling. You get what I'm saying? You're not gonna sell me a pineapple for over 2,000 naira. You get what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if we play 8, damn near 8,000 for a watermelon. I bought a watermelon. The watermelon here costs damn near 10,000, 12,000 naira. You get a watermelon bigger, sweeter in Africa for 3,000, which is about $2. So I'm not gonna overpay. So unlike Kanguru, I'm not gonna fuck up the price. Kanguru is a dude to where he feels like, if the woman is being good, he's gonna put her on a level. You get what I'm saying? But that's if he doesn't stay with her, he fucks it up for the regular local guys. That's what he's saying. So therefore, he actually have made her into a bad wench. So now that African girl that he used to show so much effort and love to, she gonna be looking for the next person, American or European. Then that's the girl that probably go with an old white dude because now she have got the taste of that luxury living. That's they call them slay queens. You get what I'm saying? So you can be confused on that. Man, let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all came through in a big moment today, man. I got 2 more cash apps with your real names on there, man. If y'all want to be shouted out, shout out in the chat. You get what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I appreciate that what y'all did, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did for the person, and all proceeds will go directly to Shalom, man. So that's cool, man. Like that's real shit, and that shows you how, as Black people, when we have a common goal, we look out for people. We really do. I just wish that as Black Americans, we weren't so individualist. I wish that we weren't so much of have an individual mindset, but now I understand why we have to be individuals. Because as Black people, we prey on people that's too nice. We prey on people that's too kind. We prey on people that's too trustworthy. But let me tell y'all something. With me, Hustle Smart, your brother, Mr. Olga Dogu Pereira, you ain't got to worry about that with me, bro. I recognize being real. I don't call being a real nigga somebody that can bust you upside the head and take your chick. I don't call a real nigga as a female that can can fight dudes and stand on her own. What we need in the Black America is people that will stick together, not be apart. That's the one thing that West Africa have on us. In East Africa, Tanzania, Kenya. And like my brother said, people in these other countries, he fell out, but I appreciate him coming through. He can come up anytime. Anybody can jump on this platform, bro. You don't have to agree with me. And I said, y'all can see he didn't agree with everything I said. But let me tell y'all something. I believe in the power of togetherness. Dude, don't ever get it fucked up. If I'm in an individualist mindset, I'm an individual because I'm forced to be. But like my brother Kanguru or anybody else that has my phone number, they can call me anytime. Anytime. And talk to me and I get them advice if you accept it. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to give you a fair assessment. After that, you can take it or leave it. But we ain't trying to argue. I ain't trying to argue with how you feel. If you call me and talk to me, I'm going to speak to you on the preference and the foundation of togetherness. Don't get me wrong. For people that I can't talk to like that, it go to motherfucking Yappa. I will bust the same way I will talk to you for 2 hours by telling you something that's good, by working something out, how we can further ourselves as black people. It's the same way I bust you in your motherfucking face with this Yappa. The same way I'll kick in your motherfucking door. I will hunt you down like the dog you are. Because I feel like all fuck niggas deserve to die. You're no good for our community. Matter of fact, you are a cancer. And we got plenty of cancer. We got plenty of fuck niggas. Like I said earlier, Dr. Umar is a fuck nigga. He's a cancer to the black community. Tariq Nasheed is a fuck nigga. He's a cancer to the black community. We have to come together and see where we go and where we got them shut down. Well, things that we can shut down. Kunguru, Hustle broke that shit down with precision. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all can think like I'm arrogant. I take my time when somebody asks me for help. I take that real serious. And I try to think about it. You can even ask Kunguru. One time he asked me about something, and then I thought about it even further and gave him another outlet to see it in 2 different ways. I'm not gonna be biased with my information. Now, if you want me to give you information for you to win in a situation, I'll give you that type of strategic. On some military, like setting up your pieces to win strategically. But if you want life, you want advice on life and how we should be as a people, you can always call me. My email is right there. My email is right there under the if you go to my what about, you can see my email. You can email me. I help brothers get jobs. You know what I'm saying? I go to like even today, right? My daughter left today. I didn't go to the place. But every Saturday or Sunday, except for this Sunday, I'm at the Petrol Truck Center on Bankhead Highway, which is Hollowell Parkway, and I'm helping brothers to be entrepreneurs. Like my truck is connected to a company. The company have trucks, they have regular drivers, they have owner operators, they have lease operators. I believe that for black men to get a foothold is to be entrepreneurs. And you need to get inside a business that's a 24-hour business. I don't run under my own authority. I can't hire nobody. My insurance is attached. I'm what you call a third party. I'm like a contractor with a company. So I go out here every week. I get brothers to become entrepreneurs. They can either lease a truck or they can go in there to buy a truck. And then I get paid for that. I do it because at the end of the year, I'm so good at convincing brothers to be entrepreneurs, even if it ain't nothing but for a year, I get close to $36,000 every year. Every year around December. That $36,000 pays my mortgage for the year, pays my bills for the year. I ain't got to stand out there on the corner selling dope. Now, and I can stand at the place and give brothers hope. Before Shawty, I used to stand on the block and serve my people death. Death, I was one of the dudes giving out the DDD. I was giving chicks dick. I was giving the streets death. I was giving the people death, and I was giving the streets destruction. Death, dick, and destruction. That's what I used to do. And now I sit up there. Believe me, y'all, I wouldn't do this shit for free. You know what I'm saying? I don't like black people that much to do it for free. Shit, Martin Luther King didn't do it for free. Malcolm X didn't do it for free. But what it is that I found a niche with this company that made me a mentor. I'm like a mentor where I help brothers become entrepreneurs so they can get that in their mindset. So they don't have to tell them. Listen, there ain't nothing wrong with having a job, y'all. Believe me, it is nothing wrong with having a job. But Olga, Adogu, Pereira, I ain't made to work for somebody else. I ain't made to call somebody else boss. Now, I say yes, sir, and no, sir, to everybody. Even if I go to McDonald's and get my son some chicken nuggets, the person at the register might be 12 years old. I'll be like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. I just talk like that because it's no harm with showing respect. Like when I go walk around now, they call me Unc Shawty. I love that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, dudes open the door for me now, man. They're like, no, man, let Unc go. You know what I'm saying? I like that now. Because it's a respect level. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to hurt you. But if you need to get the Band-Aid ripped off you, I'm ripping it off fast. We ain't got time to be what it is? Codified. We ain't got no time for that shit. You get what I'm saying? Y'all already saw what happened with the election. It damn near turned the black race upside down. Like black people is rationalizing voting based on color politics. Commandment was the worst person that they could run. But just like I agree with Brandon, the way he talks, it was a psyop. It was a test. They knew nobody would win. They knew nobody was gonna beat Trump. So they threw Miss Goddamn Indian goddamn chickpea and motherfucking goddamn roadie motherfucking dirty wine chick out there and divided. I want y'all to understand this. I really want y'all to understand this. I appreciate the love, Miss Dee. I want y'all to understand that I want y'all to look at this on this angle. They put Kamala out there and it divided the black community even more. Now, one thing I give with Obama, long-legged pimp fuck nigga, raised up by his goddamn K-beast ass mama in goddamn Hawaii, Obama brought black people together for a moment. Kamala came in and separated the black people even more. The gender war divided even more. Because black men wasn't going for it. Black men wasn't gonna make her be black when everything about her says foreigner. Don't get me wrong, Jamaicans, I love Jamaicans. Jamaicans, unless they're born in America, her dad was a Jamaican. Her mom was an Indian. She didn't know the plight of being a black woman. Everything was given. She was an AKA ain't broke bitches. Come on, Dee. Tell the truth. AKAs are not broke chicks. Let that be known. Let me say it again. AKA chicks are not broke, especially at Spelman. I'm right here in Atlanta, Sean. I'm telling you, those chicks ain't broke. And then they forced us on black people to try to get us to make us think that some type of way being black like can put somebody in office. We lean hard one-sided as black people. We always did. But they see that the chipping away, it was a psyop because what they saw, shout out to my boy Eric B in the building. You know what I'm saying? He don't fuck with Rakim no more. But yo, Eric B is in the building. It made the gender war even mostly because all women saw was a woman, female. So they voted all the way. But you had plenty of men, 25% broke away because we weren't going to go for that because East Indian Jamaican sitting up there with a fucking faggot looking white boy as a husband. She ain't got no kids. No kids. She ain't raising up no black kids. She raising up motherfucking white kids. And I just don't understand how we didn't see that with motherfucking commandment law. She's sitting up there instead of on politics, running motherfucking goddamn concerts and shit. I told my daughter, I said, it's going to be two things. I said, it's either going to be a landslide for Trump. I said, he's going to get the popular vote. He's going to get the popular vote, or either he's going to be a landslide electorally. So he's going to get over 270. He fucked around and got both because ain't no way in the world that you can run a goddamn campaign on pussy. Y'all can call that shit fucking reproductive rights all you want to. Where does a chick reproduce? Kangaroo, Eric B. Where does a woman reproduce? She don't reproduce out her asshole. She reproduced out that box, shouted. They was sitting up there talking about vote for a chick pussy. See, one thing about white women did not like to see some old light-skinned, half-Indian Jamaican woman kissing up on a white man. They ain't like that shit. The only person that liked to see that shit was black women. Only people that didn't have a problem with Kamala Harris with that goddamn what that turtle from Kung Fu Panda, Master, God damn it. Master, hey, anybody can tell me what the turtle name from the turtle name for Kung Fu Panda, Master Yoshi. That neckline, that's how her neckline is. That is nobody on the white people was gonna go for that. Only black women went for that. And they went for it 82%, 92%. It was telling black men, trying to bully black men because most of black men are hands fed. It's black women that has more jobs. So let me talk about this. Let me get off that part of it. And let's come to where we at in the politics today. It's a lot of, they're saying council culture. But when it was the Democrats doing it, it was like, okay, all this shit is cool. All that shit is cool. Hold on, let me further this. If Kamala Harris had looked like a dude was running shit at home, white women would have let her slide. Yeah. I agree with that. Eric B. Kamala Harris back in the 80s was a pure thought. You know what I'm saying? Busting it open. But look, just like all the other foreign women, she ain't come up pregnant. You get what I'm saying? I have family members that have went to college and came out pregnant. White women that go over there and slit the whole fucking Omega Nu Chupu 2 goddamn sorority up and goddamn come up pregnant, that you bust all up in that box and don't come up pregnant. Eric B says her dad wasn't black Jamaican, 100% black Jamaican either. I just didn't know what it was. But you ain't never hear about him. Didi said, I love running the roads over here in Canada. I work when I want to, vacation when I want to, and nobody over my shoulder. 1099 life. I wish. But I'm a convicted felon with a yapper. I'm violating right now, shawty. Shout out to the motherfucking yapper. You know what I'm saying? We still riding dirty around this bitch. And I'm telling y'all, one of the realest thing Ice Cube ever said, who really wasn't a gangster, just a poet. I'd rather be judged by 12 and carried by 6. I don't carry my strap with me at all. But if you come to my motherfucking house with that fuck shit, I'ma let these gold motherfucking goddamn tips, hollow tips go. Shout out to the motherfucking money. I know y'all heard the goddamn drop. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, hey man, listen, man. Y'all making somebody very motherfucking happy tonight, man. Very motherfucking happy tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, this is where we're at. This is where we're at, shawty. You know what I'm saying? So when it's going on now with the 30,000 jobs that black women lost, why you think you don't hear black men mad about that? When all them losing all them federal jobs. Why y'all think that y'all ain't hearing black men complain about it? All these quote unquote simps, all these motherfucking simps out here. You get what I'm saying? They've been quiet about the black women losing those jobs. They ain't said a word. They ain't came to black women. They ain't coming to their aid. They ain't talking about protect black women. Those are women. Black men ain't doing no GoFundMe. All those black men that were for Kamala, they ain't talking about we with her. They ain't putting no money together to help these black women that don't lost these 30,000 jobs. Why y'all think they ain't doing it? Because for the last 8 to 12 years, don't get me wrong, get some black men that on YouTube that talk shit. But if you go on the Shade Room, if you go on TikTok, you go anywhere on Instagram, you go on YouTube, it is more channels of black women dragging black men. I'm talking about whole platforms. These chicks got 300,000-400,000, but I only got 634 followers. These chicks got 634 followers on they goddamn super chats, dropping super chats. They've been dragging black men for 12 years strongly with the internet. And a lot of people say it started back there with Oprah and Sally Jesse Raphael and Ricky Lake. It did. But the internet women went fucking mad dog, shaking their wigs crazy. Even the point when I came out and said something against black women, I was like a pariah. Is pariah? Yeah. Yeah, that's how I was looked at. Calling them husky hyenas, that's the truth. Don't get me wrong, I got nothing against big chicks, thick chicks, obese chicks. But you ain't got to have no attitude. You ain't got to act like you mad at me because your thighs is scrubbing and your knees is knocking, bitch. because the inside of your thighs is black, it's my fault? I'm just trying to tell you that I know for a fact that with my type of mentality, that I can be around women that would talk bad about black men and still sit up and try to cape for them. Still sit up there and try to simp for them. Still get brainwashed to go out here and risk your life. There's nowhere in the world if I'm out with my daughters and whatever, if I see a black woman and a black man or a black woman and a white dude, I ain't getting into that shit. I ain't fighting this pause. I ain't fighting this dick going in her mouth. I ain't finna be in public risking my life. Who the fuck gonna take care of my kids? Is that wig, weave wearing, wild hyena hood rat, uppity twerk making for South? And y'all know we gonna talk about South DC, Southeast DC before I get up off this bitch. These uppity twerk money for Southeast DC, you think they think they're gonna help my kids if I go out there and risk my life? Only thing they're gonna do is call me a real man. But who gonna real take care of my kids? I'm just gonna be a hashtag. Believe me, my daughter don't want me to risk my life for nobody but her. My son don't want me to risk my life but nobody but him. All that, you a hero. You ain't no fucking hero. You're a crash dummy. They don't give you no special pride for being a crash dummy, for losing your life. Her family ain't gonna support your kids. I just don't see it that way. Because getting into it with somebody's relationship can be death. If you're bold enough to fight your woman, and if a woman is bold enough to fight their man in public, that is people that are off the motherfucking rails. There's no saving people like that. You don't get into it with people like that. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Truly MD Luli. You said, oh, you glad I'm back or you glad I'm black? Well, I'm glad I'm black and I'm back, even if you didn't meant to say it like that. And I'm back doing these shows every Sunday now. I was putting in that work. Let me tell y'all. So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. Y'all just bear with me right now. I know I'm jumping from subject to subject, but I've been gone for a little while. And let me tell you what, all the people that watching this on the playback, this is good material. This is good entertainment for you to watch. You know, you're driving or whatever. You ain't got to listen to that dumb nigga shit. You ain't got to listen to that drama shit. You can hear the hustle in my voice. You can hear the frustration in my voice. And you can hear that I love my people. But I understand that separation is needed for those that's a cancer to us. Let me tell y'all something. I was on that Pan-African shit. I called myself Pan-African light to the point that I was Pan-African, but I stood on the ground of, I'm still going to call it like it is. But let me tell y'all something. Once I saw what I saw when I went where I went, I saw that Pan-African shit. That is a pipe dream that's only one-sided. None of those African governments don't give a fuck about no black Americans. They only care about the dollar. If they wanted to reach out, they can come up with any type of program that's a fast track to citizenship. They don't want us to start no businesses over there. Do you know why they don't want black Americans to start a business over there? Because when black people start business, we're coming with that Western mindset to the point that we want reforms. We're going to start preaching reforms. And that's reforms and the standard that is poisonous to the way the Africans work. In America, we got OSHA, we got standards, we got somebody that we can call. You got to wear boots, you got to wear security vests, you got to operate in business in a certain way in America just to stay in business. You can't be raw dogging traumas at the market with your hands, bare hands. You got to have running water. You got to have hot water. You got to have cold water. You got to have eyeglass. When you're working in some warehouse, you got to have eyeglass solution and water to rinse out. You got to have this stuff ported out, bolted out, separated. You got to have fire extinguishers. You got to have safety. You got to have water sprinklers. You got to have alarm systems. If we came to Africa with our business mindset, we would put that. It's almost like starting a revolution. I don't know if I have that foresight for y'all to understand that they don't want Africa to be that way. Because they don't want the Americans to come over there and do business. They want Americans to come over there to invest. Appreciate that. Truly, he said to me the same thing. Appreciate that. Kunguru. I was Pan-African until my ex-wife flipped the script on my ass. Hey, now that you said it, if you wouldn't said it, I wouldn't say that. But she goddamn. You talking about flip the script? You talking about doing 100 flips from 100-story building? That's how she flipped the script on Kunguru. You know what I'm saying? That you can't be nice to everybody. And just because people in Africa are nice and humble, don't mean that they won't scam you too. They just ain't overt with it. They just, you know what I'm saying? They're passive with the scamming. You get what I'm saying? So your car got to get inspected. Yeah, your car have to. Oh, let me tell y'all something. Your car, you got to go get you get your car inspected to get a tag. Boy, you ain't seen black smoke coming out of tailpipe till you go to Nigeria and Kenya. You talking about muffler rattling, shocks with it, the CV joint knocking when you make a turn, horns blowing, cracked windshields, no turn signals, oil leaking. Black Americans would come with a standard. And once we came over there with a standard, just like Kunguru said earlier, it would raise the price up. So now those women would want to get the African American men that starting businesses over there. It would be envy. So I tell anybody, if you're going to start a business in Africa, get into the hospitality. You'll be accepted more in the hospitality. Open up a business, open up a small shop, like a food or clothes or something like that, or repair. That is good money at repairing refrigerator. And let me tell you something, the refrigerators that they use, that people have in their houses, they using the refrigerators from the ones that be in the hotel. They don't have the big refrigerators because of the where the power system is. Do you get what I'm saying? They don't have the power system to run those big refrigerators. So once you know that the power system the way it is, and some people, let me tell y'all something, most of them people don't even have a refrigerator. So they go to the market to get enough food to cook for the day, and that's it. Like I don't told so many African chicks on about how they don't need to eat rice that's not been refrigerated. I had to teach a few about the bacteria. You get what I'm saying? But if you can navigate your way over there, You good to go. Because if you have cash, cash is king in Nigeria. Do you get what I'm saying? So, oh, the Kenya, man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Kenya, I would prefer Kenya if it wasn't that many white people over there. And the bed wenching, boy, y'all ain't seen bed wenching till you went to Kenya. You talking about glorifying hunting? Those Kenya chicks are hunting the same way that black people hunting, gangs hunting for ops in Chicago. That's how them black chicks over there, those Kenyan chicks hunting for white dudes. They prefer them old white. It's sad. White Jesus. White man is white Jesus in Kenya. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is that when I went there and saw it for myself, that's when I saw it's no Pan-Africanism. Now you got dummies like Afro Think Tank, like sit up there want to tell you that no, Africans don't like us. Yes, they do not like us. They deal with us only when you're playing their rules. They like you. If you get outside of your rule, their rule, then they don't like you. Let me explain it to you. People in West Africa, they tolerate you with a smile. Now you got Afro Think Tank, dusty ass over there trying to put some catfish and do all this. They're bringing money. As long as you're bringing money, as long as you're being a plus to the plus, you know what I'm saying? They help make you a chief. They don't give a fuck. They sit out there in a rural area with no goddamn running water, no sewer system. They'll make you a chief if you coming over there and want to build something. But you go over there in them rural areas and just try to build something yourself and then live with on yourself, you're going to automatically stand out because your house going to look better than everybody else. It's just the way that it is. The Pan-Africanism is dead because it's one-sided. Our hands is, you only seeing the back part of our hands when it comes to Pan-Africanism. With West Africans, they in East African, you see the inside of their hands. That's the way they coming to you. They don't have anything to give you but support and help. And the only thing you can give them is monetarily. You can invest. But don't get it confused. I don't give a fuck if they make you the king chief. Chief don't run a chief only goddamn handle disturbances. And you ain't that much of a chief in no African community. I don't give a fuck what that clown that sit up in them, put a camera to his face and pointing and yelling and whatever the hell he be doing, trying to tell you, like everybody else. Like, have y'all ever know? If you ever listen to Afro Think Tank, listen to him and listen to Roland Martin. Those are two type of people that everybody is stupid. Nobody else don't know anything, and what they say is absolute. Watch people like that. Everybody else is dumb. The way they think is correct. Ain't nobody real Pan-African is but him. He act just like Roland Martin. They don't have conversations with people. See, let me tell y'all the difference. Hustle Smart will talk to you. I'm not going to talk at you. Anybody can jump on this platform and come up here and anybody can come up here on this platform and have a conversation with me. Anybody. And I will stand. I will stand on what I believe. This is my channel. But just because this is my YouTube channel, that doesn't mean that I'm going to block what you say. If you beat me in a debate, you beat me in a debate. I'm not going to tell you that I'm right on everything. But the thing about it, if I'm wrong, you can change my mind. Just like Miss Audrey earlier today put a perspective that I never thought about before. Before that, I never thought of that perspective when it came to reparations. But now I do. But you got these clowns that come on the internet and they just making videos and they just being exact. Like if you don't believe what I say, you stupid. Hey, no other black man. Hey, no Dynas. Well, how he do his tours. How you gonna sit up there and talk about Dynas tours is overpriced if you ain't doing a tour? How you know what it's worth? That's why I don't like Afro Think Tank. I'm not saying he's a dumb brother, but he's so smart that he's stupid. Because you dumb as fuck if you in Africa and you ain't goddamn help. You're not dropping no jewels for nobody. You in West Africa playing chief to some people that if you go broke, they ain't gonna fuck with you. You don't speak their language. You know how to say hey and goodbye. You know those words. You bot like me. I know Oga Adogo Pereira. I know basic words. I know a shower, a whoosha. I know basic words. I know basic pigeon, shawty. I would never let them fool me to think that I'm a motherfucking chief in Africa because I got money. Yeah, you can open up a store. Yeah, you can open up little basic stuff over there. You're bringing something to the community. That is good. But don't sit up there and let that clown Afro think tank lie to you and talking about our Africans, they like you and they didn't sell us and they didn't have nothing to do. They were the victim and slave. No, them Africans will tell you they did what they did. Ain't nobody no victim. I know my next door neighbor. I would never listen. The thing about it is that at the end of the day, we from those West Africans. And they mentality that they had for us in the slave trade is the same mentality that we have for other people in America. But you know the difference with Black Americans? Even though we don't like each other, we would never let a white person come in there. We might kill our neighbor, but we would never sell the same person that we'll kill would sell them to a white person. A white person can come in a Black neighborhood and say, hey, I want you to help me capture 6 Black people. That wouldn't happen in America. That can only happen in West Africa. Because it's so many people in West Africa. And the currency is so shitty, they don't value life the way we value life here. I was talking to somebody today where their sister has Down syndrome, and they don't have no type of Eggleston Hospital, no children hospital where they get free service. If you're not able to walk and talk and fend for yourself in West Africa, you shit out of luck. It's no welfare. You don't get no subsidized living. You don't get no check. Like in America, they got a whole program like disability people as kids get damn near treated better than America. They get free ticket to baseball game, get to meet the president, go to Waffle, go to the White House, go to Six Flags for free, get money, get support. You get what I'm saying? It's not like that there. So when I went over there and saw how it was myself, I looked as a person that's in transportation. I looked at how the area was set up. I looked at how the sewers were. I looked at how they were stopped up. I looked at the way that the grounds was designed. I looked at the electricity grids. It's not built for furtherance of completion of said area. It's not built like that, y'all. I had to be honest with myself. He said, which one do I prefer? Hold on. Egotarians as hell and will trick our ass off. True? I agree with that. Which one you for East Africa? I guess it meant East Africa, West Africa. Now, I prefer West Africa only because that the white man don't have his dirty grips on it. That's the only, far as infrastructure, far as like internet, roads, sanitation, East Africa by far. Let me explain to y'all like this. West Africa is about 20 years behind East Africa. And East Africa is about 40 to 50 years behind America. That's as honest as I can be. So if you go to an area and you put out a catfish farm and open up a couple of, side, selling chickens and, you're doing a little basic little hustle like that, they accept that. Because that is an investment. They don't want Americans coming over there running big business. They have their people. Let me tell y'all one thing about West Africans. They damn sure practice. They Nepo babies over there. All the big business, the top 50 businesses, they that's family. You got to know somebody, family generated. So what I'm saying is they'll let you come over there and do hospitality, some hotels, restaurants, open up a shop, selling clothes, selling, food, doing repairs. You'll make more money doing repairs because operating, refrigerators, gin. And let me tell y'all something about the power system. The power system, you got to have a surge protector. You need to have a surge protector plugged up in everything over there. You never plug up don't raw dog your adapter in them plugs over there. The electricity grid is just it's not stable. You get surges over there. So East Africa is better over there. And the reason why I wouldn't choose East Africa is because of all the white people and the Indians over there, or whatever the fuck they is over there. And definitely not South Africa. Even though South Africa got some of the baddest chicks, in Africa. They on the level of Black American women. They South Africa and Kenya, far as how they built up. Now, Kenya chicks are a little hippie. They got a lot of hips. You know what I'm saying? So, but South Africa is about the closest. But what I'm telling you, what I went over there and saw, and I was real just trying to understand that, okay, they just came out of whatever in 1967, they had the independence. But I, as a person in transportation, I have an eye for growth. I look at where's the growth, where's the thing. This is everybody says, I got to disagree with you, Hustle Smart. Many of those Black MAGA Republican Sanchez officer Jesse ties that would definitely sell you. Oh yeah, no, hold on, back up. Oh, Dad, let me tell you something. It's some. I'm not gonna say they would because we all know how they are. They just wouldn't get away with it. What I'm saying is that those Black people can get other Black people. They can go in Black neighborhoods. You get what I'm saying? What I'm saying is they can get Black people that lives in Black neighborhood, that lives around Black neighborhood, lives around Black people to sell Black people. Now you got Tatum, Jesse Lee Peterson, and all them, Sanchez, they rich. They don't even stay in Black neighborhoods. So they can do it. You get what I'm saying? That's the difference that I'm saying. If you can't, just like Candace Owens could never sell a Black person to white people because everybody know who she Okay, I'm mute. Hold on, let me see. Make sure I'm good now. All right, I'm good. All right, y'all. My fault. So Candace Owens could never. Anton Daniels he couldn't do it anyway because he's out the neighborhood too. So what I'm saying, Anton Daniels couldn't do it either because he don't live around black people no more either. All those house niggas, they don't live around black people, so they couldn't even go into black name. Everybody know who Candace Owens is. Everybody know who Anton Daniels is. Everybody know who everybody that you just named. Everybody know who all those people that you named, Eric B. You get what I'm saying? Everybody knows those people, so they can come up there and do it. So, but if you say they would, they would. Do you get what I'm saying? They would. I'll give you that much. You know what I'm saying? Come guru. Damn, did Hustle offend Israel or something? Listen, man. Listen. What back to what I was saying about what the Pan-Africanism was dead. I did not see any type of growth in the city part that has the most people. All I saw was them building away from it in the rich area where the 1% live at. That's all I saw. And then the part that when I knew it was fucked up is that even in those rich neighborhoods, it was flooding when it started raining. Like even in those neighborhoods, even though they got 24-hour electricity, the sewers are still messed up. The sewer system in Nigeria is horrible. It's over 200 and some million in there, and it floods. When I mean floods, I mean up to your knees. The only difference between it flooding in Nigeria and flooding in America is that it doesn't have any pressure. It's nobody gets swept away. It doesn't have a surge. That's the only difference. But it's up to your knees. You'll walk in a mansion and your goddamn couch is in the water. So that's why I telling y'all that at Pan-African I backed off of it. It took me a while to think about it. And so I have a whole different perspective of West Africa now. It's no Pan-Africanism. It's you going there, enjoy yourself, use your American dollar to your benefit. Do not go over there with no spiritual connection. You ain't got to pay nobody for no name. Don't let let them goddamn whine you and make you into no chief to where you don't obligate yourself to take care of goddamn group of 30, 40 people. Because that's what you're doing. And please let me tell y'all this one more thing about this situation for its Pan-Africanism. If you're not going to go over there and open up a business and you're not going to stay there, don't open up no business over there. Unless you got somebody to take your place as family to do it when you're gone. If they ain't put their money into it, they're not going to have the same work ethics. West African people already operate on Africa time. Don't get me wrong, they work hard, but they lazy as fuck at the same time to get to work. They get there when they get there. Now, once they get there, they'll work. But they have no sense of time on time before this time. And let me tell you something. Now, one thing I say good about them, if they work on some type of plan or some type of how they'll spend a night there. You set something up for them to sleep at, they will sleep there. But you got to have more than just giving people water. You know, just don't let them overhype you when you come over there. Learn the prices, you know what I'm saying, and haggle. Don't just be over there giving away money, because in their language spreads in the markets. They'll call you out. Everywhere you go, you getting overcharged. They are aggressive sellers over there. They'll grab you. They'll put a pair of used jeans that you probably that you donated and gave away. They'll sell it back to you. They're real aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Because they have to be. Because them selling you that one pair of pants, excuse me, is the difference from them eating or not eating. And the worst thing is that they pay this company called NEPA or something, I think it's NEPA, for electricity that don't even stay on. It doesn't even stay on. In some parts, it'll electricity be off for 3 days. Don't get me wrong, it's not no big electricity bill, but you still have to pay for it. Oh yeah, hey, shout out DD. I'm in that. I was just finna say that. I'm in the live at 3 hours on the head. I'm not going farther than 3 hours no more, y'all. You get what I'm saying? I got 4 minutes to wrap this thing up. You know what I'm saying? DD right on the head with the 3 hour mark. Let me tell y'all something. I appreciate everybody coming by here. Y'all make sure if y'all watching it on the platform, if y'all disagree, send me an email. You'll be invited to come on. You'll have first opportunity to come on this show. Don't get me wrong. I like to talk. I like to talk. But I want to have a conversation too. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to put it in a five. I know, true. Like I get it going, but I used to do these 6-8 hour shows, and I'll put so much information in and get lost. So I'm gonna keep it at about 3. I'm gonna keep it at about 3 hours. My email is let me help you out. So if you go to my page and go on the Simp Police Academy, you'll see my email right there. It's at THESIMPPOLICEACADEMY. And I'm for real about that Simp Police Academy shit, bro. But you can email me and have a conversation. As long as I know you ain't trying to dox me or you on some real shit, we can chop it up. You can people right here. I don't put my business out here like this, but I have people that I talk to. You get what I'm saying? If they don't put their business out, I won't put it out. But I talk to a lot of people. I'll help you out. I help you get a job. I only know about transportation. I'll help you out knowing what type of apartments, hotels, KKs, you know what I'm saying? How to travel. You get what I'm saying? Hotels to go to. You ain't got to go to the big hotels and everything. I'll help you out with that. I'm not gonna sell you that. Now, the given thing, I'm not gonna charge you for consultation. But I do expect for you to at least buy me dinner, buy me something to eat, support the platform. But I'm not gonna charge you on. You ain't gonna be able to talk to me for no goddamn 3 hours asking me the same goddamn question, like where the hoes at, where the hoe stroll at. Even though I will tell you what bars, a few bars to go through, where streets of the bougie. But I will talk to you and give you basic information. But I will ask you to support the channel though. And that's not on an hourly basis, and I won't tell you an amount. I'll do just like how my mama did when she helped out people. Just whatever you give, give. Don't tell me when you're gonna do it. Don't tell me how much. Don't make me no promises. When you support, just do it. And if you don't, that's fine too. I'll still talk to you. You just ain't gonna be able to talk me to death for free. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say about that. But we're gonna keep this at 3 hours on the head. We right at 3 hours now. I'm finna end this live. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure I'm gonna be back next Sunday or Saturday. Y'all got any questions? Y'all make sure y'all email me. I will help you out as best I can. You know what I'm saying? Until then, you know what I'm saying? Like you started the show and it begins, it becomes a new cycle of what I have in the information in the new hindsight. It's just like when Malcolm X went to Mecca. When Malcolm X went to Mecca, his whole perspective changed. And just like Shalom, Miss Shalom, y'all, man, listen, man. I don't want to. She's a bad chick, bro. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. She's a bad chick. So it's not that bad, but it is bad if you go over there with a Pan-African mindset. It's gonna be bad for you. Unless you're gonna be willing to plant ground, sow seeds, and support wholly. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna be in trouble over there. They're gonna milk you like a fat cow. And not those skinny ass Fulani cows that you see them dudes sticking their head up under the piss and all that. Them skinny cows, you know, they're gonna juice you like a fat cow over there. And while they juice you, they'll call you oh God, they'll call you, you know, they'll bow down, they'll kneel with everything. You know what I'm saying? Until. So we're gonna be smarter with this thing. And I still say have an Africa plan. Have an Africa plan if you want to see where your people come from and you want to see it for where it is. And it's beautiful. Even in its totality, it's beautiful because it's good to just be around black people. And they don't have that way of life of kill or be killed like we have in America. They don't have that. They're real easygoing people. You're just gonna get upset because you'll be, if you're coming from a Pan-African point of view, you're gonna know that you've been sold a bill of goods. The Pan-Africanism is dead. It is it ain't never been alive. Just a word that got floated out. And I'm here to stomp it in the ground and then show you how to properly move in West Africa and East Africa. And discuss things that are going on in our black community and how we can help each other stick together. It's all about motivation. It's all about procreation. It's all about elevation. And it's all about, I can't think of another word. We gone, shawty. And I'll holler at y'all next Sunday. I still need to be laughing like cigar. Hey, man, watch the show back. Shout out to you coming through, man. I'm finna end it at 3 hours. I'm only gonna do 3-hour show from now on, y'all. You know what I'm saying? See y'all next Saturday. And we gone, shawty.